How does a brave, confident girl who grew up climbing trees, bicycle riding with the boys, suddenly become that invisible teenager? I was born in India, and I moved to America when I was 13 years old. I heard about America from my paternal grandmother, who used to visit me often. I grew up wearing clothes from the amazing department stores like Dillard's and Parisian. I used to watch the big sky-rise buildings, the malls, the cars on TV in India. I couldn't wait to come to America. Well, I landed in Detroit in February. My mom, who is in the audience, came with me. We both came here, and we were both wearing summer clothes. My dad brought us some winter jackets. We put them on, got our luggage, and we had to walk to our car. Well, guess what? It snowed. While walking, since I was wearing sandals, I slipped and I fell. Well, I decided to try to eat some snow because I thought it would become magically an ice cream. Well, no, it didn't, and don't do that. Well, next day, my dad took me to a mall. Okay, people, I am a 13-year-old girl for the first time visiting a mall in America. It is the most magical place in the world. I'm sorry, Disney. I was so excited and overwhelmed at the same time. In the fall, I was enrolled in Farmington Hills High School as the youngest freshman. Well, I was the only 14-year-old FOB, for who don't know what that means, fresh off the boat, brown girl in a high school full of white kids. They all knew each other from childhood. Well, I didn't look like them or talk like them. At first, all these kids ignored me. Then came the bullying. I was mocked, teased every day. Kids would prank call my house, pretend to be teachers, complain about me. Well, swimming class was the worst. I didn't know how to swim, and I never wore a swimsuit before in my life. The looks and the comments, they just overshadowed my fear of drowning. After the swimming class, the boys would approach me and ask me, "Hey, is that a training bra you're wearing? Did you get that at a kids section? Which mall, which store sells that?" I didn't know most of the things they said to me were derogatory until I had to take the sexual mandatory class in the spring. Every month, I wished for a period cramps so I could stay home and watch my favorite TV shows, Scooby-Doo and Saved by the Bell. But even those TV shows didn't have any actors who look like me or talk like me. Then I watched E.T. for the first time, and I connected with that alien. During the summer break, I would go visit my grandparents in Alabama. Even to my cousins, I was an alien. Then the next fall, my family decided to move across town, and my father enrolled me in Losser High School as a sophomore. Well, this high school had more diversity, and I was just another brown kid. We lived in an apartment complex with my dad's friends whose daughters were also born in India and they came here as kids. We instantly became friends. We went to school together, ate lunch, did our homeworks. We became best friends, and to this day, we are, even though we live across the country. At Losser High School, I joined track team, French club, International Society. For an International Appreciation Day, I bought ingredients and made crepes and served them with Nutella. Well, they were a hit. Okay, what kids doesn't love chocolate spread on a crepe? Well, immediately the next day, kids would stop me in front of the hallway and talk to me. I became visible to the world. During my senior year, my parents and I started applying for colleges, and then we went to visit Purdue University, and we fell in love with this university in the middle of the cornfield. Well, at Purdue, I was no longer that FOB because I've been living in this country for 4.5 years. I was a new kid on the block, just like every other 18-year-old freshman. I lived in the dorms. I made friends easily. I joined sorority as a freshman. I became visible. I talked, dressed like an American teenager. Boys would approach me and talk to me. Suddenly I realized I am not only visible, I am beautiful. My confidence grew, and I learned to appreciate and love who I am. I enrolled in leadership seminars and started applying for leadership positions. People, students viewed me as a leader. I became visible. I worked in New York for 1 year before I went off to a law school. My social life was booming. I felt like a typical young American woman. At the age of 25, I agreed for an Indian traditional arranged marriage. I went to India. I met my ex-husband. Well, I thought we connected instantly. Well, that's why I put him on a plane and he came on a fiancé visa, and then I married him. Then he came to live with me during my last semester at law school. Well, the man that showed up who came to live with me is not the man I met and the one I married. He started criticizing me about everything, how I talked, what I ate, what I cooked, what I look like. Suddenly, I became that 14-year-old invisible teenager. I decided just to continue finishing my law school and passing the bar exam. Then, as soon as I passed the New York, New Jersey bar exams, got a job, I decided I will not be invisible. I decided to file for divorce. I am not that 14-year-old FOB alien. I am a working, independent woman who is not going to be silent anymore. Not only was I ready for a messy divorce, I was ready to face any and all allegations. And I told my family and attorney that I am not giving that man an alimony or a green card. and there will be no negotiation. I won on my terms. From now on, then on, I decided I will not run or hide in my room. I am going to face the world holding my head high up. I will be myself. That is, I will be visible to this world.